These are going in the archives.
That's right. Ah, you are listening to River West Radio on 104.1 in Milwaukee. Thank you. This is Breathe on Air with Bena, and I'm here with
Marty.
Thank you for joining me today. How are you?
Feeling like Marty Tree.
Expand. What does that mean?
Feeling very rooted. Feeling very strong and firm. Yeah, supportive.
Should have had a tree on today. But we're back on this crashing waves, and we are rooted and sturdy and settled, right? So even if the waves are crashing and over again, we're still there. We're solid as can be.
Yeah, life's waves we're talking about.
Yeah, metaphorical ones, right? The frequency, and what I'm just always reminding myself as often as I can, I shouldn't say always because it's not as frequent as it should be yet. However, I remind myself as often as I can that everything is happening in my own mind, and my mind is not even in my brain. It's all plasma, it's all light and energy and all that, and even beyond all of that, it's source that created all of it, right? And around, but also just right in here, wherever it is. So when we allow for ourselves to live in this frequency that we are like, we are taken care of. I know that I'm okay. I wish I had my phone. I did want to play something, and maybe next time I will. She's talking on Instagram. I was watching a reel, and she's talking about how in order to experience trauma, it has to have already happened, which means that someone, like, she's like, in the future, my higher self has already experienced this. That's why I'm feeling it right now, because it's like life is like a movie, and in the sense that this exact moment right here is repeating forever in that exact second, but then it's done. When it's done, it's done. But you could go, like, when you watch a movie again, you can go back into you can go back in and pause the movie, right, and go and see it again, but the movie is already done. And it wasn't even done then. It was already done before it was even created. Does that make sense?
Keep going.
So I think that when we realize that we are just characters in the movie, and we can only see one side at a time in this reality. And we used to be taught, so I started a book, and it's called The Science of Magic by Dr. Dean Radin. And I'm like, I read the preface, and I usually don't read the preface, and I read the introduction, I usually don't read the introduction. And he talks about how we used to be taught magical things all the time. And I'm Indian, and in our text is all of this what seems like magic, but it's just consciousness doing its thing. When you're truly conscious in the present, that's it, not even anywhere else, just right now, you're literally able to create anything from that moment.
And there's like schools teaching this all in India and probably all over the world.
And that's the other thing. These books that we have that I'm finding out now are there, and they exist for anyone. And something that he wrote in the book that was like, it's foolish to believe everything, or sorry, it's foolish to believe that magic does not exist, right? Or like that every moment in magic is false. Just how it's foolish to believe that nothing about it is true, right? That not all magical encounters that you hear about are false. So equally, to think one extreme or the other is equally foolish, right? Because some accounts are true, and when does magic work? And they show it to you in movies. They show it to you in plain sight. But you sit in front of a screen and you watch it instead of living it and realizing that you can just live that life. Like you don't have to sit there and watch it somebody else living that life. Does that make sense? I need to take this. I got warm, so I'm going to take my sweater, but can you please talk a little bit about how you've been trying to incorporate some magic into your life lately?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we took a moment to breathe earlier today, and I practiced some like fire breathing, and I practiced like a method where it was like hold or breathe, inhale for 6 seconds, hold for 12, 14, inhale a little bit more, and then exhale controlled for like another 6 seconds, and just kind of continue that loop. And I continued that loop probably for, I don't know, 3 minutes or so, and like I felt a little lightheaded, but it was also I don't know if sobering is like just like a different kind of clarity, and I'm like learning about this third eye situation, and I'm learning about the chakras, and I'm learning like how to tap into that, and like how to actually focus in that position like on my forehead and see through that and what that even means. And we're talking about magic, but like with that eye tilted vertically, not horizontally, and looking at, what did you say, like timelines of different realms.
So being able to look at every timeline at the same time.
So like this, not stuff that Baina's just kind of just pulling out of her bum. Like this is stuff that's
great
been, like,
stuff comes out of there too, but this is not one of those things.
No, ancient Vedic like texts
Yes.
and stuff that has been like studied and practiced and calculated, and like it's just mind blowing. I'm enthralled in it. I'm trying to soak it all in like a sponge and find all the time to get into it. I don't know what that is. River West Radio. We're live in the neighborhood.
Okay, so that's so true. Like these and some things are channeled through me, through other people, through different ways, right? And it's always it's so silly to me when I hear, like this is the new way, the new way is sound healing, new age stuff is this. It's like, no, this is just humanity from before. And if they lied to us about some things, they've lied to us about everything. That's why, going back to what they show us in the movies, they say what? Like, I do believe, right? I do believe in fairies. Like, I do believe in Santa Claus, whatever. You have to believe it for it to be true. To fall asleep, what did I say? To fall asleep, you first have to pretend to fall asleep, to be asleep. And you have to literally pretend to be asleep, and then your mind's like, oh, okay, I'm sleeping now. And then you fall asleep, your breathing pattern changes. So since life is being consumed by us, and it's also, it's consuming us, being consumed by us and consuming us, it's up to us, like what kind of energy we're trying to release back with it. And are we spending so much time watching other people live magical lives on a TV screen? Mm-hmm. Are we willing to maybe try it out for ourselves and see what happens when you let go of this preconceived 3D material world and live on a different plane where that even the toughest of tough laws or people's scariest weapons aren't gonna touch you?
Yeah, I saw some reel or some video on Instagram, and the lady was just kind of pointing out how everything is in a box, even what we're looking at right now, this box on this screen, and
I
you
said
know,
that to you, yeah.
these
Mhm.
corners on this wall here.
And on
that-
purpose.
Yeah, and like, you know,
Yeah.
I think tapping into the circles, the spheres, the, you know, the cycles of life around us, is, you know, is just enlightening when you think of it like that, when you can move into that space mentally. Yeah, and I was also kind of like thinking too about magic and dark magic, and
For sure.
you know, like the tantra readings talk about, you know, spiritual transcendence, and you know, being this whole person, like completely awake and enlightened, and like, you know, folks
Yeah.
never get to that a lot of times, but that's the goal, that's the path of tantra practitioners and whatnot, and like, but then there's like people that are in it for the wrong reasons and are just like putting hexes on people and putting spells on people, and you know, or like in it for material gain or fame or something that doesn't matter. That's I don't know. This discussion on magic and tantra has got me thinking about that as well.
Definitely agreed. But to have, like, just like everything else, to have those things touch you, and this is not victim blaming, but to have those things touch you, you have to be open to them in the spiritual world, right? So it all goes back to yourself. If black magic is touching you, it's because somehow you are also creating it in a negative way, right? So because karma is anything that you do, anything that you think, anything that you do, anything. It just keeps on going into different banks, different deposits, right?
Mhm.
And then it always comes back somehow, like comes back with whatever the repayment or the other side of that is. That's what that's going to be. So until we keep living and truly understanding that if we really are in a space of true self-healing, no one's other stuff can touch you. That's the actual truth, the fact.
lovely.
No amount of dark. They also, again, very clearly show you this in
Yeah.
movies. Love is the answer, and it's not love from other people. More so, it's love from within. But love from within does come from other people. It comes truly from the person who birthed you, right? From your birth family, if it's there and pure.
And that's why, like, I'm not afraid to travel anywhere in this world with you. Haiti, Lebanon, Palestine,
Right.
bring it.
Mhm.
Sudan,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. Right. Because
Honestly,
it's
I wanna
just
see
like
the world, and I'm moving in pure intention, pure goodness, you know. And there's an energy and an aura around me, and around us.
absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah, and you'll hear that too, because people will say, "Oh, I knew that this bad thing was gonna happen. I knew it. I felt it." Right? You feel these energies, and then when you feel them, it's up to you to again be like, "Oh my God, I feel something bad is gonna happen," and then you keep on living like something bad is gonna happen. Then obviously something bad is gonna happen, but you say, "Oh my God, I know something great's gonna happen. I know tonight we're gonna have a wonderful night. We're gonna just, be in each other's presence and breathe and whatever it is, and get back to ourselves, because we know when we love each other, we love ourselves, and we love ourselves, we love each other. And it starts from me, and then it goes to we, the us, right? And then it goes to the rest of the world. So we have to start here.
Right. And not just earlier today, but I think last night as well, taking time for breath brought me to a calm space. Still wasn't able to sleep, but I remember utilizing it and helping, kind of rewire some stuff. And then also a local activist, mentor, guy that I kind of look up to just popped up on my feed. He never does, and he popped up on my feed and he started chanting and talking about all you need is breath. It's all right here.
That's
And
it.
when hearing Muhib, talk about that and take us along that ride, that very long breath ride with him on that Instagram post or whatever he did, I was very, you don't want to ignore the signs,
Right.
right? What are you looking for
Right.
out here?
Right.
And
And you make them mean something. The truth is true. The truth is also this, that everybody's like, show me a sign. And then you get a sign, right? Like the universe is like, God's like, here's this for you. This will make sense. It's a synchronicity. Oh no, but that's just a coincidence. No, it can't be that. Okay, send me another sign. Okay, here's another one. Here's this thing. No, but something. So it's always something. We as humans are designed to keep wanting more because we are more. That's the truth of it. We are more. So when we give ourselves the most, then we're able to spread. And that's how we keep on expanding when we realize, wow, I am just a single droplet in this entire ocean with a whole bunch of other droplets. We're all made of the same thing. None of us can ever be separate from each other. None of us, including the moon and the sun. None of us, right? And the stars, like, and on Earth, the microbial life, all of that, like the energetic life, like psychic abilities. When you think of somebody and they call you, or every time I think of Marty, he texts me, or we've sent each other something at the exact same time. We're like, wait, did you send it to me, or did I send it to you? Like, I don't even know. But that's because we're connected, and it's easy also. It's just as easy to be connected to in the negative way, and be very toxically connected to somebody, right? So it's the same. It's a different side to the same coin. We are that, and we have to be the ones that are willing to be like, okay, yes, like this is my shadow. I'm gonna live in my light. And when somebody has really good advice and somebody is really wise, you really gotta think like, dang, what kind of shadow, what kind of ego did this person swallow to get here? Because sometimes I do notice that with you when you practice so much patience, and there's things that it's like, oh my gosh, like to be able to practice that level of patience, how much other stuff have you had to go through? So, so here we are at the last 13 minutes of the show, 12 minutes, so I'm gonna do a quick breathe.
okay.
And thank you for adjusting that.
Yeah.
We're just making it work, because that's the thing. Every breath is different, every moment is different, and it's nice to see things edited and perfected, but it's also really nice to see them not.
Agreed.
So
As we enter AI world,
especially there. So now,
I'm gonna see you bane a fart on air, like, or burp on air, or like fall on air. It doesn't always have to be breathe on air. Like,
just yes, all of those things are true and something that I do on a daily basis. But now, on that note, I was gonna ask you to get comfortable if there's anything you need to do on air, and then we did not get our cozies this time, but I hope that you listening are able to get yourself in any way more comfortable. Like, loosen those joints, straighten them out if you can, and just start to fall into some sort of ease. If you're not able to close your eyes, see if you can notice anything. The air, the clothes on you. Smile. Give yourself something to do with your face that's not a look of confusion or a scowl or a annoyance or irritation at the road or having to do something. The minor interruptions of daily life that is the only way we get to remember again what life is and what we choose to make out of it. So get comfy. Exhale, let that breath go that you've been holding on to since the last time you breathed. There's no reason to sit perfectly still and do this perfectly in any way. Like, wiggle yourself, stretch yourself. It's just about anywhere that you are. Remembering that this body is loaned. You borrowed it for a very, very, very short time. And right now, you get to take this body and let it do what it wants to do, which is just be. So breathe in and out, and no pause, so that you can stay completely connected to the present moment. This present moment that's gonna stay perfectly imperfect in your life movie, in your story. You'll always get to live this moment right now like this. And even if sometimes that moment is awful and low, you still just get to live it in that moment. And if you don't know the negative, if you don't know the peace and quiet, then how will you know what to compare it to? How will you know what the other side of that coin is? So we stay present, we stay connected, we learn our bodies, we get to forgive ourselves for any of our decisions in the past. Those moments in the movie are already gone. They're done. And your higher self has already passed on through. The only certainty we have is death. But death doesn't have to have such a heavy meaning when you realize that you are light. And this body, though it's loaned, is carrying your light. So yes, rub yourself. Greet yourself, greet parts of your body that you haven't greeted in today, or maybe in a really long time. Wherever those parts are, whatever those parts of your body are, greet them. Say hello, thank you for the loan. Thank you for letting me borrow you. What kind of fun thing can I do with it today? Because tomorrow it's going to be different. Tomorrow I may not be able to move the same way that I can move right now. So what is it that I could do? And with that, I'm going to stay quiet for the next minute or two while we consciously connected connect and breathe. Actually, just for the minute, I'm looking at the time. So nice breathing together. Hmm. 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 Oh. Just 1 minute can be enough. You start to deepen your breath a little bit more. You remember who you are. You remember who and what and when and how you're able to create. Taking 1 minute to breathe, 1 minute by yourself, and multiplying it as often as you can. And realizing that people around you just are as pleasant as you are. So if everybody around you is miserable, maybe sometimes we have to check our breath and see what we're putting in and out of ourselves. So start to wiggle our toes, our fingers, our neck, our nose, eyebrows and elbows, knees and ankles, wrists and fingers, back and legs. Remember the loan. Remember you only have a little while. Only a brief blip. That's already done. Welcome. Anything to say in our last minute here?
Just like the water droplet. Where's my microphone?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that water droplet analogy that you gave earlier. Just remember you are a mirror for everything.
That's right. That's right. If the ocean is stormy, every drop is stormy in that ocean, right? And if the ocean is calm, then every drop is calm in that ocean. But that's also not true, because look at that ocean behind us. It's in every single form and phase that it can be, just like we are. So it's not about being the same. It's actually about embracing our differences and our connection. Thank you for being here. Live in light. Breathe in air. Breathe on air. Thank you.
Thank you.